You know what I like about Mondays over Sundays? The mail shows up. That's what happens. So we have what is it? VEB14, I think it is. Is that right? God, there's so many extra boosters now. I'm losing track, but I believe it's 14. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, we have Oatmeal stuff. So everything showed up today. I literally ordered everything on the Friday, and everything got dispatched in the same time. Pretty nuts, but really appreciate that. So this is a mixture of this is from a friend. These are from eBay, and then this is from Big Orbit Cards. So we are going to get stuck right into this because we got some pretty cool stuff to look at. So we'll start with my friend Stevo, who very nicely wrote Altmile equals cute boy, and I hate him though. So yeah, I hate Asher too. Don't worry. Um, I'll spread the love. I'll spread the love, shall I? So yeah, he got I think he got one or two booster boxes. I actually don't know what he got, but he did pull some cool stuff. Which he actually got the SP pack as well. Funnily enough, he got the SP pack for Royal Paladin, and he was thinking about doing some sort of trade with me, like trying to buy it off him, but he's going to try attempt to trade it or sell it to put towards the Asher version. So that would be interesting to see if he can try to get that. But if not, then it might be something I might invest into in the future if he still has it. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, I'll post a picture of that SP pack on my Facebook page for those that want to see it. So yeah, we have one copy here of Aerial Divine Knight Altmile. We'll take these out of the sleeves just so you can see the cards a bit better. So there is the new support grade 3 for Altmile, which is really, really cool. Gives you a lot of critical pressure, and he also gives your units an extra 5,000 shield and 10,000 power. So that's pretty cool considering we are a grade 2 focused deck with this. And he also has the really weird ability to bring a unit back from the drop zone, so we're kind of stealing things from Grand Blue now to the looks of it. Not too sure about that, but it's grade 2 still, so it's kind of focused on that, I suppose, but I don't know. Kind of strange, but I actually do have some spice that could go with that, which it's not necessarily optimal, but I think it's funny. So yeah. So my friend Stevo got a copy of the Altmile grade 3, and then we have one copy of the grade 2, which is a very familiar unit for those that played G. We have a counter offensive knight Suleiman. So yeah, pretty cool. The card's pretty weird because I like it for the Vanguard skill, where you can look at top 7, but outside of that, he's basically got the same skill as Phylax, where he can Soul Blast to bounce a Rearguard back and get 5k. I don't know. I kind of run a lot of. I'm bouncing between like 3 and 4 of him. I don't know. I see a lot of lists where they play different ratios of this, and I'm kind of fixated on 4 at the minute just because I kind of prefer consistency over anything. And I kind of don't mind having more copies of that bounce skill, since I'm not running a lot of Phylaxes in the deck anyway. So yeah, I'm leaning more towards 4 of him, but we'll have to see. I will do a deck profile, of course. Not too sure when, maybe within the next week or so, but we'll see. But we have this grade 2, which is pretty insane. Starlight Violinist. So this card is essentially what the deck is all about, kind of. So if you have no face card in your damage zone, all of your grade 2 units on rear guard get a boost and intercept, and can intercept from the back row. So that spice I was talking about earlier, it actually works very well with this. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but I kind of want to save it for the profile to give you a bit of excitement there. But yeah, this is essentially what the Altmile deck's kind of focused on, is to utilize grade 2s to the fullest as much as you can. They're all basically boosters now, so there's not a whole lot of need for grade 1s in the deck. So you're going to run a typically a lot lower ratio of grade 1s than you would use typically in a deck. But yeah, it's all because of this card. So really cool. I do like the idea of it, so we'll have to see how it goes. And Altmile has been doing okay. It has been doing okay, which is pretty nice. Now, I kind of don't want to go through all of these because these are all like the rares and the commons, but we'll give them a bit of a shine in the light, shall we say? So yeah, these are all the rares and commons that we got. Actually, Hope Song Angel is actually pretty cool. I actually might run this just because I like the fact that it's just a straight +1 for a counterblast. And I actually want more units in my deck that can counterblast because I was noticing a lack of counterblasting costs in the deck. Kind of hard to imagine that, right? But I kind of like this because you can extend into this and then use it to pay more resources so that you can get all that damage face down, like guaranteed sort of thing. And of course, it can search out your violinists, so it's pretty good for that. So I quite like it. And of course, it's a pretty nostalgic unit from G. And then we have Suleiman, which is also a recognizable one. And then we just have like all the commons here. I don't want to spend a lot of time on these, but I'll point out some notable ones that I kind of like. Like this one, for example, Cleanest Angel. This can actually search for a blaster card. So pretty notable common. Any card that can search blasters is always, you know, you should always bear those in mind. So this is a common that can search for a blaster. If you have 5 or more units, so it does require a bit of a cost there, but not too bad overall. You know, it's pretty nice utility for a blaster theme if you want to go for like a sort of budget alternative, I suppose. But it could be utilized in premium to some extent as well. And then we have a Tyon, which is actually pretty good for the Automile deck, just because this is essentially a 19k booster in combination with the violinist. So yeah, you definitely want to run at least a couple of these, I think. I'm not too sure though, maybe 2 or 3. I'm not too sure though. And then that's just the vanilla grade 1, so the 9k. Now this guy's actually pretty cool. I think he's called Egrith or Ekrith, Torrential Knight. So this guy says when he's placed on rear, look at 3 cards on the top of your deck to reveal any number of cards with Alfred in the name from among them and add them to your hand. So you get to add as many Alfreds as possible from the top 3. I'll admit, top 3 isn't great. Really isn't. But you have no idea how many like gimmicky deck ideas I've been thinking about with this. Like I thought of like maybe an Alfred deck that runs 12 Alfreds just so you have more of a chance to add them to your hand. Like you could just add loads of Alfreds to your hand and just get a heavy plus from this card. That's pretty cool. And it's not once per turn either. So you've got multiples of these. You just call them, check the top, add all the Alfreds, call another one, check top, add all Alfreds. But yeah, and all the others go to the bottom in any order. So it's pretty cool. I kind of like cards like this, but do I think it's going to be amazing? I don't know, but it's giving me ideas. You know, it's giving me ideas to mess around with decks. So we have what is this? Credora. When players do for 5 more units, it's not that good. Yeah, some of these commons are just a bit off. Like you can kind of tell they're kind of filler. But I always like to give some thought to everything. Like this isn't too terrible. Like if you have 6 units, this unit gets 15,000 power, so it's a 20k booster. I mean, that's not terrible, you know. So it's always important to go through like the commons and rares because you never know what like gems you might find in here. Like I always like that Alfred thing is just making me think a lot, so I might do something with that. And then this Blaster Searcher is also pretty cool as well. So there's some nice stuff in there, but of course the main things I'm looking at are the foils, which we have a few more to look at here. So we'll go into the next package here. I did preemptively open these because I wanted to make sure everything was, you know, easy to get out, so it didn't take any tedious amount of time to get into. So of course this is going to be the 3 remaining Aerial Divinite Ultmile. Pretty nice indeed. So we now have a playset of those, which is cool, and that is a police car, I think, going by, or an ambulance. Typical. I'm not going to cut that out. Can't be bothered. So yeah, we have Aerial Divinite Ultmile. We have a playset of him. Pretty cool. That is nice. Very, very cool. Now we have the big package. So this was the big amount of stuff that I was looking forward to. It includes stuff like the grade 3 searcher, pretty much all the rest of the foils I was missing. So we'll actually put these here, and yeah, we'll just put them here, and because all of these are singular sleeves as well. I actually didn't do these myself. This is how they came in the package, and we'll just do this to get them out. There we go. Yeah, probably should have took them out the sleeves, but oh well. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. It's fine. Actually got another one of him. So we have this thing, which I am afraid of what this is going to cost in the future. Laurel Knight Sisylis. I can never pronounce his name right, because I always think I'm saying something a bit dirty, but whatever. So yeah, or Cyclist maybe. I mean, yeah, but he's pretty cool. Like the grade 3 searches, I do like them. And this one's pretty nice for the alt mile deck with the power gain for no face up cards. Yeah, I feel like these are going to be like the new go to get PGs. Like, you know how PGs were like the go to thing to get at the start? Well, I feel like these are going to be the go to get things now, and I hope these are the next thing in line to get reprinted when we go into like the next year. So yeah, I hope Bushword keeps cards like this in mind. Like generically good cards like this, they're always going to be like if and are about how expensive they are over time. So you just got to be careful of that. So we have the 3 remaining copies of Suleiman. So we have the playset of those. Just get that here. There we go. Playset of Suleiman. Yeah, I think I am going to play 4 of these. I just like the idea of checking top 7. I just like the interaction this guy has with, calling an alt mile from the deck, attack with him, soul blast, and then bounce it back to your hand. So it secures the grade 3 ride, which is really cool. I really like that interaction. So yeah, I'm probably going to play 4 of him, I think. But we'll see. Like I said, I will do a profile for the deck later on. What do we have here? We have the double res. So this guy is kind of odd. I'm not too sure where or when he's going to be used, if at all. If anything, he'll be used for like budget decks. Wow, I cannot sleeve today for some reason. I really should have taken these out of the plastic sleeves, but whatever. So we have the double rare. Knight of Heavenly Spears Agonips. Okay. Right, that's a name. Where did they make these names? I swear. Okay, but what does he do? So Van and Rhea act once per turn. You can counterblast, soul blast, and 2 of your units get 10,000. All right, okay. 2 of your units get 10,000 power, and your damage zone has 4 or more cards. Countercharge 1. Okay, that's I don't know. It just seems weak overall. Like this doesn't even feel like a good card like half a year ago. I don't know. Maybe there's something you can utilize it with. It does have the marker, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe some budget builds could use that. I mean, it's an easy to get double R, so budget players could use that in somewhere, perhaps. And then we've got the Starlight Violinist, which will get this out. 1, 2, and 3. That's those. So as a playset of Violinist, we have a lot of sleeves everywhere. Wow, rubbish. Okay. So we have a Starlight Violinist. We've got a playset of those now. Really nice. I don't think you need to play 4 of this. I think 3 is a reasonable amount. 2 or 3. 2's a bit sketchy for me, so I'm probably going to go for 3 of those, I think. But we will see. And then the last but not least, pretty interesting thing they've done here is the new Sentinels. So I don't think these are going to be... They're not going to be as viable as like the draw PGs, but they're definitely going to be utilized in decks that can run them. Like Alt Mile, for example, because we plus so heavily in Alt Mile that we don't really need like draws that much, but I do like having the aspect of the perfect card in the deck, so you can just nullify any attack. But I also do think that running the extra criticals in the deck is also really cool. Gives you a lot more aggression and critical pressure. And I mean, I gotta be honest, this guy's art is probably the coolest, I think. There's just so much going on in that artwork, and the colors are just popping everywhere. So that is really, really nice. So yeah, I really, really like that. So we have 4 of him. Okay, and I'll just wrap it up, because this is essentially the remaining stuff I was missing from the collection, essentially. So we've got all the rares and commons there, and this is from Big Orbit Cards. So this is essentially just the remaining play sets of stuff I was missing. Big Orbit's really good for like finishing collections off. It's really cheap for the UK to get, just to get like rares and stuff like that and commons that you're missing. So yeah, these are just all the rares and the commons we're missing the full play sets of. The only card that I actually didn't get from my mate Stevo was this card, Rising Knight Belter. It's another Blaster support. It kind of reminds me of Loading Angel a little bit, but I don't know. It is nice though. I'm going to look into this probably to see if it's going to be playable in some sort of iteration of a Blaster deck, but we'll have to see. But it's nice to see some Blaster support on the sideline, you know, to give Altmile the limelight, and then, you know, Blaster stuff can be like a side thing, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, this is just all the remaining stuff. Oh yeah, I did pick up 4 of the Order just in case, since this is a generic card for any deck to play. So I did get 4 of these just to have, you know, just in case, you never know. And then yeah, just the rest of the stuff there. And that is it. So that is all of the stuff from V-EB14. Altmile and all of his stuff. All of his stuff with the foils and that. So, I am looking forward to putting this deck together. Like I said, I will probably do a profile of this. I'm probably going to wait until next week, I think, because I kind of want to take a little time off, and then I'll bring this profile, I think, next week, just to let the set sink in a bit. But yeah, we will see what that spice is that I mentioned earlier, because I really like it. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the mail opening. A little bit longer than usual, but we haven't done one of these in like such a long time that I just wanted to like go through everything a little bit. So yeah, hope you guys are doing well, and like always, thank you guys for watching the video. And this is Guardian285 signing out. See you next time, guys.